A global poll by Gallup found that only 15% of the world's 1 billion full-time workers are engaged at work. That's insane. In the US, nearly a third of workers consider leaving due to dissatisfaction. And overall, job satisfaction is at one of its lowest points in 16 years. This leads me to believe that 85% of the world's population are not living in their zone of genius. Hi, I'm Jessica, and after having a really challenging year, well, let's be honest, it's been a challenging 5 years, I'm on a mission to change my life in 2025. So I hope you stick around and design your own dream life alongside me. If The Big Leap by Gay Hendricks was assigned reading in high school, then more than 15% of the population would be happy with their jobs right now. The book has 3 main topics: finding and living in your zone of genius, recognizing your upper limit problem, and creating more time in your life. In this video, I'm going to focus on the zone of genius, but if you like this video and want to hear my take on the other 2 topics of the book, let me know in the comments and I will make those videos for you. Hendricks explains that we spend our lives in one of 4 zones: your zone of incompetence, your zone of competence, your zone of excellence, and your zone of genius. Zone of incompetence. This is where you are spending your time doing things that you are not good at and you don't plan on becoming good at these things. Someone else can do them much better than you can. So you are pretty much wasting your time doing tasks that are in your zone of incompetence. Releasing these things from your daily life will create time, freedom, and you'll regain some of that zest for life back. These are things that you should delegate or find creative ways to do them as little as possible. You can hire someone to do these tasks for you. Now, this doesn't have to be expensive. You can hire a teenager or a college student. You can swap tasks with a coworker. You can assign certain tasks as chores for your children. Maybe you hate cooking, so your partner always cooks and you always do the laundry. Now, this does not include things that you are not good at now, but you plan on being good at later. So don't give up that new skill just yet. Zone of competence. This is pretty much what it sounds like. You can do these things, but you're not that exceptional at it, and someone else can probably do them much better than you can. I suggest using the same tactics that I mentioned in the previous zone so you can delegate them and do them as little as possible. Zone of excellence. This is where it gets tricky. Don't get stuck here. Many people do because it's comfortable. You're doing well. You may even be making good money here. Things are stable. Things are safe. But something feels off. You may even feel like, am I crazy? Why do I feel this way? Everything is going well. So why do I feel like there's something missing? That deep dissatisfaction is because you are not being fully expressed in all that you truly are. The zone of excellence is where you're prioritizing comfort over your growth. I felt like this when I was a pastry chef. I was good at it. People loved my food. I was praised for it. I got promotions. I made more money, but it just was not where I wanted to be, and it was so draining and it was just killing me inside. Your zone of genius. The transition from your zone of excellence to your zone of genius is the big leap, hence the name of the book. This is where you thrive. Living in your zone of genius means that you are doing something that you and only you were created to do. Something that you are uniquely qualified for, using your talents, your strengths, and your innate gifts that you were born with. You may have even felt called to use these gifts your whole entire life. Your zone of genius is where you enter that flow state that you hear people speaking about, where you are doing something for hours and hours, but you just don't get bored. You may even forget to get up and eat or drink water. You are just really in your zone of genius. I have this feeling when I'm dancing. People hate going out with me. I can dance in the club for 4 hours straight. I also realize that I feel like this when I'm editing these YouTube videos. I also feel like this when I'm in a really deep, meaningful conversation with someone about aliens or the meaning of life or just something crazy. Hendricks believes that a failure to answer these calls or failure to enter your zone of genius will create friction in your life in the forms of illness, depression, injury, or relationship conflict. I previously mentioned, while in your zone of competence and in your zone of incompetence, you want to delegate all that crap that you're not good at to free up time and space in your life, and also to create some zest and vitality within yourself again. That is because you're going to use that time and you're going to use that energy to work on elements of your zone of genius so you can start moving in that direction. So, what is keeping everyone from entering their zone of genius? I think that it's two main things. One, so many of us don't know what that is. We don't know what our innate gifts and talents are. We don't know what our zone of genius is. So, how do we find it? These next few thoughts are my own. They are not the author's thoughts, and I have a video called Clarity is a Lie that goes more in depth into some of the concepts that I talk about. 1. Stop following logic. Let your feelings lead the way. When you are doing things that make you feel peaceful, excited, motivated, and happy, those are the breadcrumbs to your zone of genius. You should be spending more and more time doing those things. Number 2, start taking your curiosity seriously. Go down rabbit holes, take a class, maybe even find a job or part-time job around the topic. And if it doesn't work out, great. Now you have more information about what you like and what you don't like. Number 3, take action. You are not going to find your zone of genius by sitting around and ruminating in your head about it. You have to get up and try new things and see how they feel in real life, outside of the story that you created in your head about it. Number 4, take inventory. Start tracking how you spend your days, your weeks, your months, and then write down how those things make you feel. Start noticing a through line or a common theme. Are there certain types of shows and movies that you always watch? Do you always kind of relate to a certain type of character? Does that have any commonalities with the things that you save on Instagram? And do those things correlate to the way you spend your weekends or your evenings? Or the hobbies you have, or the ones you don't but want to start? Is there any through line or theme that you can recognize? You get what I'm saying. The second thing that's keeping us from our zone of genius is self-sabotage, limiting beliefs, excuses, starting arguments, or even getting sick or injured right before big opportunities. The author calls this your upper limit problem, and it's a huge part of the book. So if you want me to break this portion of the book down, I'd be happy to do so. Just let me know in the comments if that's something you'd be interested in. And I'll make a whole other video about the upper limit problem. I truly, truly hope that you find your zone of genius. And if you made it this far, thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.